lots of people in Massachusetts did use magic because it was the 1600s. It was like the late Renaissance, very different worldview. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people did use magic, and they would use magic mostly to, sort of tell the future, like people still do today,
Mm-hmm.
or they would use magic to actually defend against witches. So there's a lot of like anti-witch magic that you
Hmm.
see in the trial. Like the grossest one, and one that's sort of famous, some people may have heard of this, is called a witch bottle. So let's say that like Tony is bewitched, right? We think a witch has attacked Tony. Tony is like speaking in tongues. He's barking like a dog. He's like breaking out in hives. Like,
That's a
oh,
Saturday night for me.
Another Saturday night. He's been bewitched. Oh, there's a great image right there. Thank you. So we could like there was this idea that when a witch attacks somebody, that they made a connection between themselves and the victim. So whoever has attacked Tony has sort of created this like connection between themselves and Tony, and that's how the evil magic flows from the witch into Tony.
Hmm.
So, but you could use that channel both ways. So we could make something flow from you back to the witch. And like, let's say we wouldn't do this to you, but if I were to cut off your ear, for
Right.
example, the witch would feel that pain in their ear.
Ah, like a voodoo doll type of thing.
Yes, right? Or if we were to like burn your hand, the witch would feel their hand get burned.
Right.
And so people would do that when they thought their animal was bewitched. Like, oh, my pig is bewitched. I'm going to cut my pig's ear off. And then the next day, they see the cranky old woman walking down the street. She has a bandage on her ear. They're like, oh, clearly she was the witch because she cut her ear. Her ear was cut from when I cut my pig's ear.
Right.
But we can't do that to Tony. We can't do that to another person. You can't cut their ear off. So what they would do is they would take a bottle and they would fill it up with Tony's urine, because even your urine has a connection back to the witch because it's a product of your body. So that connection between the witch and you extends to things like your hair and your urine and even your fingernails. So they would take your urine and put it in a bottle, and then they would fill the bottle with sharp things, usually nails or pins, but you could use broken glass or thorns or things like that. So that would be enough probably to cause pain to the witch. But just for extra added, damage, they would take these witch bottles often and they would put them in the fireplace.
Hmm.
So you've got this bottle full of urine, full of broken glass, pins and nails, whatever, and then you put it in the fireplace and you heat it up until it explodes. And so that is supposed to sound like all this pain, this heat, like the needles, the pins, all that pain is supposed to go back to the witch and make the witch stop bewitching you. And so they actually don't find a lot of witch bottles in old houses. Every now and then they do, but they don't find a lot because often they were put in the fireplace and cooked and sort of exploded. And I'll just say, like, up front, I do not recommend doing this at home. Like, do not heat up a bottle full of urine in your fireplace.
Right.
Like, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
Right. Yeah,
And
that's one thing I won't be doing this weekend. So that
yeah, not a good hobby.